What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Tuesday with a 15-game slate here tonight. Super excited about it. Ton of different ways to go with it, but I got it broken down for you with my 6 favorite plays, my money 6, and make a nice little core for you to attack the slate. So before we get going, if you could drop a like on the video if you're enjoying the content, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you. Let's try to get over 80 likes here, and let's hop right into it. First guy up, I'm going to go with Paddock here at 10,000. The bats are priced up a little bit, so it is tough to pay up for that like elite, like $11,000 range pitcher. So I'm trying to go a little bit down a little bit with Paddock here at 10,000. He has a really good spot. I mean, he has a 28% K rate so far in the year, so he has a strikeout ability. He's shown the upside with 25 against Arizona, 40 against the Mets, 36 against Seattle. And he's been really dominant at home. If you look at the splits here, his 5 games at home, he's averaging 27.7 fantasy points per game. And you see the batting average 139 and the 1.4 ERA. So really good stuff here. And the Phillies, they're probably going to be without McCutchen here tonight. He did kind of hurt his knee the first inning, and he was like tweeting out to pray for him. So I'm guessing it's not too good on that front, and he'll be out of this game. That's a pretty big blow to their lineup. And they do have a lot of guys that are pretty strikeout prone, like Bryce Harper. They're probably going to go with Jay Bruce in the lineup here tonight. He's pretty damn strikeout prone. So he has really good upside here for a team facing a part downgrade and strikeout bats in the lineup. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first pitcher. Then I'm going to go with Tanaka here at 9,300. A little bit down recently, but this guy has the stuff. I mean, against Toronto, it's another lineup here that can strike out a lot. They have a lot of free swinging bats, and Tanaka has been really good against them in 45 plate appearances. They only have a 167 batting average against them, and he has a 33% K rate against the guys in 45 plate appearances. So really good stuff there. Not really affected by against like the hitting ballpark here, I would say, because he normally pitches in Yankee Stadium. If anything, it's probably a slight pitching upgrade for him, because I'd say the Yankee Stadium is a little bit easier to hit in. And they're only implied 3.7 runs. So Tanaka, I think he'll bounce back here nicely after a pretty disappointing start against San Diego and be able to have a better start here against Toronto. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second pitcher. So they got 38.30 remaining per hitter. Definitely doable. And for the first guy, I'm going to go with Devers. This guy has been one of the best hitters in all of baseball over the last month. If you look at his last 10 games, 11.1 DraftKings points on average, and his ISO has been pretty solid against righties. A 198 ISO, probably better even over the last like month and a half, and a 40% hard contact rate versus righties so far in the season. So against a bad right-handed pitcher here for Kansas City, it's going to be really good hitting conditions as well here in Kansas City tonight. 82 degrees, going to be really humid. 10 mile an hour winds blowing to center field, and they're implied 5.7 runs. So Vegas likes him a lot. Devers in the middle of that lineup has a really good upside against a bad pitcher. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first hitter. Then I'm going to go with Daniel Murphy. This guy lives to hit in Wrigley Field. I mean, I don't know. I just realized I forgot to write down some stats for my last hitter, but it's going to be fine. We'll be able to wing it here. So Daniel Murphy had 4,100. One of the best hitters in Wrigley Field by the numbers. I think he was batting like 450. I was trying to look at his full splits in Wrigley Field, but I couldn't find it. But I know he was hitting like 450 in Wrigley Field in his career, I think, during like halfway through last year, if not the full season. So really, I don't know why he loves hitting here, but I don't know. I guess he just does. I think he'll be up for this game. Going back to the Cubs, a team that traded for him but didn't bring him back. And he's had really good numbers against Kyle Hendricks so far in his career. 6 for 16, 2 doubles, and 2 home runs. So 4 extra base hits and 16 plate appearances. Definitely really good ability against him, and some good hitting conditions here in Wrigley Field as well. A park that is very affected by winds blowing out, and it's going to be 11 mile per hour winds blowing to center field. So the ball's going to carry nicely, and Daniel Murphy's been heating up a little bit recently with 2 doubles. I think he might have hit a home run. No home run, but the fantasy points have been there recently, 8, 9, 9, and 19. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second hitter. Then I'm going to go with Kyle Schwarber, a nice cheap kind of guy for a guy leading off and with a really high run total of 6.3 runs tonight for the Cubs. So like I said, good hitting conditions with the wind blowing out. Schwarber, a guy who's perfect for DraftKings, I would say. I mean, he just has that huge upside because he kind of relies so much on his power, and I think he definitely has the ability in Wrigley Field here tonight to go deep. He had a 261 ISO versus righties last year, down a little bit so far this year, but in that leadoff spot, could get up to 5 at-bats here again and has a chance to go deep any single game. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third hitter. And for my final guy, we're going to go with another cheap guy here. Considering how good of a home run hitter this guy is, it's just way too good of a price for me at $3,600. Going against a right-handed pitcher, he does have reverse splits, typically better against righties. And Griffin Canning has been a little bit worse against righties so far, but the numbers he's actually been better against lefties. So at $3,600 against a younger pitcher who is a little bit wild. He could lead if he just leaves one over the plate here for Chris Davis, and he's just gonna absolutely smoke it and go deep here, I think, in that spot. And there's not much to it. I mean, in DFS baseball, you always want to attack the guys with that home run ability because they just give you so much more DraftKings points for just one home run compared to like you need like 2 or 3 hits sometimes to return that same amount of value or same amount of production for that one home run. So at $3,600 here, like I said, love the price and I love the home run ability. Obviously, one of the best home run hitters, if not the best home run hitter in all of baseball, especially over the last few years. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So you got $35.25 remaining per player with Chris Paddock, Tanaka, Daniel Murphy, Devers, Kyle Schwarber, and Chris Davis. So really good upside across the board, I would say, and especially just considering the price tags in some of those guys. So really like it. Hope you do as well. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. Got anything out of value here. You don't have to run with these guys, but if you want to pick maybe one of them and just fade the rest of them, be my guest. You can comment any questions you have down below in the video. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of this MLB DFS information and content. So good luck here tonight, and we'll see you back here again next time.